Welcome to the Mind Matters Show. I'm Dr. Craig Pohlman, and today we're going to talk about two great things that go great together, robots and learning. My guest is Tom Dubick, a teacher at Charlotte Latin School. And Tom, talk about how you have used project-based learning to make math and science education really compelling and exciting.
At Latin, we've been doing robotics and engineering for nearly 20 years. And what we do is have the kids solve a series of problems. And in this case, for example, we'll use robots. They have to design a robot to drive out of a box. So they take the math they've been learning in their other classes and their science in their classes, and they apply it towards that problem, trying to get their robotic overload out of the box.
And so they're in small groups for this. But
right.
how many students per group?
No more than 2 kids a robot.
Oh, really?
It's really important, just 2 kids a robot, yes.
So what age students built this robot?
This robot would be built any from 7th or 8th graders.
Really?
Yes.
Now, you teach 7th and 8th grade and 11th and 12th grade.
Correct.
And the class is called?
Engineering.
Engineering. And that's totally cool. Now, for a lot of schools, we don't think of engineering as being introduced until college, but you're teaching engineering to 7th graders.
Right. What we're doing is teaching the engineering method, and you can actually start teaching that to younger kids as well. Mm-hmm. And you're showing the kids another reason for doing their math and doing their science. We're just taking the math and science they're learning, and now we're going to apply it to solve real-world problems.
So let's talk about some of the other projects that kids have been engaged with, like in robotics first. What are some of the challenges that
some of the challenges the kids do with robotics include drive the robot out of a box. They also compete in where they try to design the robot to chase the closest light source. They compete against other schools in the first Lego League Challenge and the first Tech Challenge and the first challenges.
So now this robot, looks like you've got some Lego parts in there.
Right.
So are these, I mean, we've got Legos all over my house, but we don't have, I don't think we could build this. I mean, do you have to get special parts from the Lego company to make something like this?
What makes it special is think of a robot as the love child between a computer and a chainsaw. All right?
Okay.
And the computer part of this is this little NXT computer microprocessor, which hooks up to the computer. So they program this, and this works with all the different Lego parts. We have input and output, the output being the motors on the wheels, but the input can be anything from this touch sensor up here to the sonar here to the audio.
Mm-hmm. Now, in your experience, how has this kind of experience, student experience, translated into math achievement? I mean, how are the kids absorbing the information?
Well, let me give you a couple things. First of all, it shows them the relevance of math, because what we do is we set certain things up that if they do the math, it actually makes this job easier for the kids. They're able to calculate things quickly on the fly, so they see why you would need math. Second, we do a lot of programming, and programming is just a different version of math. So no one leaves the class saying, hey, why did I take math? The next thing is it's all higher level thinking. So for example, to evaluate whether they understand that the robots work, we take 10 robots, they don't work. And the kids go to each station and try to tell us both a hardware solution, what part can I replace in the robot or change or refix, or what the software solution might be. Mm-hmm. So that's all higher level thinking.
Now, and your role is not in a traditional teacher sense of just lecturing. You're more of a coach facilitator.
Right. I'm not the sage on the stage. What we do is try to set things up for the kids to come in and solve the problem, but we let them solve the problem. We traditionally don't answer questions. We answer questions with another question. Mm-hmm. So it's really important that you have everything set up so the kids know what they're expected of them, and you've taught them the fundamentals behind it, but you let them solve the problem.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right. So we're going to talk more about science and engineering education with Tom in a different segment, but first let's wrap up with a game. We like to play games on the Mind Matters Show. You ready?
I think I will be.
Ready for Awesomest Movie Quiz. Here's your question, the robot version of Awesomest Movie Quiz. The show Star Trek and the movie Star Trek features an android as a member of the crew. What is that android's name?
Oh, android.
Starts with a D.
I've loved that show, and I cannot think of it.
It would be Data.
Data, that's correct.
You'll have an opportunity to redeem yourself in the next segment. So
thank you.
Thanks a lot, Tom. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I'm Dr. Craig Pohlman for the Mind Matters Show, where we are saving the world one math and science student at a time.